5, 6, 7, 8. Rock step, triple step, rock step, cha cha cha, rock step, cha cha cha, rock step.
Hi, my name is Kate, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name is Lou, and my pronouns are also they, them.
Just two they, thems, talking about dance.
Dance and stuff.
Lou, what is on the docket today?
Today, we're going Contra Dancing.
We are.
Yeah, we're going Contra Dancing.
What's that all about?
Yeah, so I've been Contra Dancing for like a year, and you haven't done it yet.
No.
So I am taking you Contra Dancing this evening for the first time. So what Contra is, because we're like partner dancers. I dance Lindy Hop, you dance salsa.
Yep.
But there is so many more partner dances out there. We just happen to dance two of the most popular ones.
Yep.
So Contra is another type of partner dance, and it's almost more like a group dance. But it comes from like the Renaissance country dances. It started back in like the 1600s. But if you've ever seen like a Jane Austen movie,
Which I have.
yes, you know, like the cute little like parlor dances they
yes.
do where they're like walking around in lines and circles
yeah.
and making little shapes, and it's all like very polite, and there's like lots of rules and stuff like that. That's what country dancing is.
Okay.
And back in the day, when you'd have like your royal court, you would have a dance master. And your dance master would be the person that ran the dances, and they would also design the dances, because when you have like these line dances, these country dances, they're all these like really intricate shapes. So you need someone to like write the dance almost like a song. And then everybody learns their parts. And then when people got together, then they would actually be able to do it.
Wow.
So it took a lot of privilege, because you needed to be able to have like a guy that made up the dances, enough time to be able to learn them.
Right.
And then enough time to go to fancy parties and then dance the
Right.
dances. But they were really important for, it was how a lot of courtship and stuff happened. It's a lot of rules on like who you can touch and all of these things. But that being said, there was also like commoner lowbrow type dances as well. I've had the opportunity to do some dancing at Renaissance fairs.
Oh my God.
And
Sweet.
that's where I have had a chance to do some old English country dances. They're really fun. And some of the ones that I've done were actually like making fun of highbrow people.
Classic.
Like the lowbrow dance was about making fun of the highbrow dance
Right.
and stuff like that. But they were all considered country dances. And it was all a very Western European thing. So, of course, the Western world starts colonizing the New World.
Right.
And as all these colonizers and settlers came over to America, they brought country dances with them. And then once they are in the U.S., they, of course, get mixed up with all this crazy American culture.
Right. How much? So let me just stop you for a second.
Yeah.
How much is it like choreographed of like, because I did do Scottish folk dancing one time. Is it similar to that? Or like there's like rueda as well in salsa, or like in Cuban dances. It's like kind of choreographed so that you get to do it in large groups. So I can imagine it like spreads to new places really easily because it's a communal thing.
Right. It's a communal thing. It's something that really needs to be done in groups. And what we're talking about right now is country dances, which is different from Contra.
Got
Because
it.
country dances are what came over from the old world, and then Contra is what happened when it kind of started to mix with American culture.
Melded with
And
American stuff.
Really what happened was higher society then had enslaved people playing the music for their parties. And the enslaved African people were then learning what these country dances were and learning what the music was, and then also bringing their influence to the music. And then they wanted to bring those dances back to their community and dance when they weren't working. And to be able to do that, these enslaved people, they didn't have the same amount of privilege to be able to go learn what all of these complicated
Like no time on their hands, too busy being enslaved.
Yeah, exactly. So what was invented in that was then calling. And calling is what is most famous in square dancing, which is very aligned with the history of Contra dancing, and also comes from country dances. And what happens is then instead of needing to know the dance, there's someone that's up there along with the musicians calling out the moves as they happen. So you don't need to learn it. You can just go and experience it.
Okay, because I'm not going to lie. I was nervous thinking, I have to like know these structures.
No, you do not.
I was like, fuck.
We'll get into more too. This is like your history lesson. We'll get into more about what you need to expect for actually you dancing it tonight.
Awesome.
But you just need to know right now that Contra comes from these old country dances. And then when they come to America, it kind of splits off into both square dancing and Contra. Square dancing ends up being what's more popular in the South, and Contra ends up being what's more popular in the North. And they basically took this dance form from Western Europe and then made it something uniquely American by adding calling and also adding a lot of the musical flair that enslaved Black Africans brought into music. And so that's when you get like really rad fiddle playing and stuff like that.
Sick.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So it's really great. So it's all done to like this, traditional folk music that's all very like fiddles, banjos, and
nice.
Guitars and stuff like that. So
penny whistles in there.
Yes, that kind of music for sure.
Oh, it's awesome. Yes, I mean, I understand just like a tiny bit of what you're telling me because I grew up in North Seattle, and my family was friends with musicians that played at Contra dances. And it was just like something that consistently was happening every week for like, in my mind, the last 40 years. And that must be true.
Yeah, it's probably even the last 300 years.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Been around for a really long time.
Kind of quietly in the background as like salsa and Lindy have like Rose and bachatas coming in and zouk and all these other dance forms that are really popular right now. This is just there. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. One really cool thing that's a facet with Contra dancing is that it's always live music. There's always a band. It's the fact that you're dancing to live music is part of it.
Amazing.
I don't think technically you couldn't really have you could put on Contra music and like dance to it, but it's just not. It's not the practice. It's not the same. There's always live music, and then there's always a caller, which is the person that is calling out the moves. And when you go to like Contra dance websites and stuff like that, it will list who the band is and all the band members and who the caller is, because the caller is just important to your like dance experience as like your DJ. And so like they're the one they're even picking out what dances you're doing and stuff. So people like have their favorite callers and stuff like that.
Are there times you're like, people are like, I didn't really like that caller.
Yes,
or
people
like,
feel that way.
I want to go.
Or they're like, oh my God, that person's calling. Oh, we got to go.
Famous caller. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
It's definitely like, and there's people that'll have like, get really like, be like famous in the Contra world for calling. And then their dances that they created will like matter and stuff like that. So it's like, It's definitely like being a caller is a visible person in the community.
Nice.
So tonight, Old Sock is who the band is. So that's Kathy Brown, fiddle, Henry Palewa. Excuse me, I'm going to pronounce these poorly.
Go for it.
Henry Palewa is on fiddle and guitar. Michael Arlison is on mandolin and Bouzouki.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a bouzouki is, so I'm excited to see
Bouzouki.
whatever a bouzouki is.
We're going to find out.
And then Billy Simpkins is on keyboard. And then we have Elizabeth Monica is calling.
I'm so pumped.
Yeah, so it should be good. I don't know anything about those people, but I get to see what a bouzouki is. So I'm very excited.
I wonder if we're going to be like, oh, that's a bouzouki.
Probably.
Or we're like, never seen it.
We're going to be like, we'll have to ask some questions about the bouzouki.
That's awesome.
So the lead follow switch, like the lead and follow roles, so they're like a little different. You should ask me what they call lead and follow.
So I didn't know they even had leads and follows, which is awesome.
Yeah, they do.
What are they called?
They call them Larks and Robins, which is so cute. What that actually stands for is left and right.
Oh, makes sense.
So
makes sense.
if you're a robin, that puts you on the right, and then that's traditionally the follow role. And then if you're a lark, that means you're on the left, and that's traditionally the lead role. But the really cool thing about the lead and follow and stuff is that like the caller is really the lead for the whole group, because they're the one that's telling you what the moves are.
Right.
So everyone who's dancing kind of just like gets to follow what this whole group is doing together and what the band and the caller is
very cool.
having you do. Yeah, it is kind of like a completely cool and different dynamic. So really it comes down to Larks and Robins, like they call out different moves for the lark or the robin, but like really what it means is that you're on the left or the right, and that the lark's hands go on the bottom and the robin's hands go on the top.
But is there still an element of like leading where like energy is given and received, or is it mostly just like a structural setup that's then everybody follows?
There's a little bit of that because you'll get into like figures like a swing is one of the figures. So a swing's going to look just like a Lindy Hop like circle, like the center of it, where you're just in a ballroom hold and like going around in a circle.
Yeah.
So like what's going to happen in that moment is like the caller is going to call out, swing your partner, and then the lark is going to like get in the bottom, and then the robin's going to like
Get
connected on the top, and then you're going to swing around.
Wow.
So the lark can give a lot of energy, but like so can the robin. And you just negotiate what you want it to be, because really it's the caller that told you that you're doing the swing in that moment.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's cool. I am having a flashback to second grade square dancing.
It's like a lot like square dancing. The big difference between square dancing and Contra dance is square dancing is done in squares. So there's couples. I think it's like four. I've never actually done square dancing. It's like next on my list to try. But there's like 4 couples, and then you do the moves in that little square together. The difference with Contra is it's done in long lines.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically when we're out there, you'll go find a dance partner like you would at any dance social, and you do your little, would you like to lark or robin? And you decide who's doing what role. And then you go up and you line up in these 2 long lines.
Gotcha.
And the lark will be on the left and the robin will be on the right. And then you do something where it's called take hands 4. And basically you turn to your partner and then your neighbors, which are like the other integral role, and you just hold hands
somehow, like this.
Like it'd be four people holding hands.
Oh, so like
that. So in a circle, like you're about to go ring around the rosy.
Cute.
Yeah. So that's how each dance starts.
Okay.
And then from there, the caller gives you a tutorial of the whole, what the figure is going to be.
Sweet.
So basically you walk through what all the figures are going to be, and everyone kind of learns what the dance is. And there's like a figure, like the whole dance itself is like, they're like a chorus of a song. They're like 4 or 5 bars or whatever. It's like, I don't know, like 60, 80 counts is what like all the figures are going to be. And then they repeat.
Nice.
And as they repeat, you advance up and down the line.
So you dance with everybody.
So you dance with everybody.
Or everybody of the opposite lark or...
Right. Yes. And larks have an opportunity to interact with each other during the dance, and robins have an opportunity to interact with each other throughout the dance. When you do a dance, you interact with everybody in the line.
This is so degender dance.
It's very, very degender dance. Contra is super queer. Very, very queer.
Okay.
Very like accepting. It's something like Contra communities are known for masking really well as well, and just being like very COVID conscious and very like community conscious in a lot of ways. And I think that you can see it in the dance too, of like, it's this really equal lateral thing of like, it's like, I explain it, it's more like everybody's trying to figure out a group puzzle than you're actually like partner dancing.
Yeah, cool. But there is partnership.
Yes, you will do some things with your partner and stuff, but there's just like so many more ways to partner with a room full of people dancing than just you and one other person for one whole song.
That's cool. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be really cool. So there's just like one more really weird thing that'll kind of happen in the middle of a Contra social of there will be a waltz in the middle of the social.
Oh, what does that look
so
like?
There is an opportunity to do some more like traditional partner dances. So I had someone named Robin, funny enough, who's an organizer down in Olympia. She was the person that introduced me to how this goes with the first night out Contra dancing. And she knew me from the Lindy Hop world. And she was like, it's kind of like the Shim Sham, where suddenly everybody's doing something different and like they don't explain it to you what
Right.
it is, but you keep showing up and you figure out
You
what
figure
it
it
is.
out.
So
Yeah.
it's just like at the end of the set for the band, they'll play a waltz and you'll hear that it's a different rhythm than everything else we've been dancing to, and you'll know that it's a waltz, so you go find a partner and you waltz for that
Cool.
song. Yeah. So there's like a folk waltz, Contra waltz that's like a really chill, fun little waltz that's so
Yeah.
fun to dance.
I love that about socials, that there's like these things you can't learn except for by going to them.
Yeah.
We have that in salsa too, where like suddenly a cha-cha will come on and then like somebody will decide to go like run a cha-cha line, and then everybody lines up and like does cha-cha footwork, like the
Yeah.
whole group. And it doesn't happen at every social, but it's like every once in a while there's like such a fun cha-cha line.
Yeah.
But you don't really like prepare for that. You just like go and see what happens.
Yeah, it just happens. It's just like a spontaneous thing that happens.
Cool.
It's a little bit more planned with the waltz because it always happens at the end of every set, so you can expect it at
Okay.
a Contra social. But it's something very different.
Yeah.
that happens.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for the warning.
That's it. So you'll know. So we can go waltz together. We can go be
Sweet.
waltz partners for when we get to the waltz. But it's also kind of like a good mark. Like if you're ready to only do half a night out, it's like, oh, the waltz happened. It's ready.
Right,
to
the
go.
end of the set.
Oh, I
that
made it
was-
to the waltz. Let's go home.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
And it happens at the end of the night for a lot of times too. The night will end with a waltz
Okay.
too. Do you have any other questions for going to a whole new, brand new dance form tonight?
What's the vibe in terms of like, is it dress up, dress down? Is it casual?
It's super casual, super
Okay.
casual. And you're going to see people from like all generations. Like I've been to Contra socials with, someone that has like a baby strapped to their chest and there's toddlers running around the room.
Nice.
And my dance partner is in their 90s.
Can't wait.
And then there's also, people of everywhere in between from toddler to 90, So it's very, very inclusive in that way. It's also like super queer. Like you'll see, so one of my favorite things that I've seen at a Contra is especially like mask presenting people that come in with like their jeans and they change into a skirt.
Hell yeah.
Like they're changing their dance shoes. They're
Yes.
just like, got my dance shoes on and now my skirt because I'm Contra dancing.
Why wouldn't I
and
wear
you
a
gotta
skirt
have
to
a
dance?
nice little twirl.
Yes.
Like so there'll be a lot of skirts too, and they're worn by all genders. Like
Cool.
everybody's ready to twirl in their cute little skirt.
Okay. So that'll give me some idea. I should wear whatever I want.
You wear
then.
whatever you want. Like wearing leggings and a t-shirt is great.
Awesome. Yeah. And I also feel like the communal vibe is like the community vibe of having like all ages and stuff. Like do a lot of them, because this starts at 7.
Yeah, it's a little earlier. All Contra is always a little earlier.
That's
in the
so
night.
enticing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not one of those things where your night starts at 10 p.m. Like your night is over by 10 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that though, because it does mean, like we were talking about ageism in dance, right? Like it does
Yes.
mean that kids and babies and whole communities can come together regardless of the
Yes,
age.
it can be like a family activity. It's not something that's just exclusive for, tech workers in their 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. No, I'm pumped. Let's do it.
Cool. Amazing. All right. Let's do it.
Contra.
Please wipe your shoes and your dance shoes. All right. Must be the place.
Lake City Contra dance. Here we come.
People are facing one direction on a circle, people are facing the other direction. With this person, offer your hand like this and connect in between the two of you.
As you go around.
This move is called an Allemande. If you turn by the right hand, it's called an Allemande right. So go ahead and Allemande right. And the other piece of advice I have is I recommend when you're first starting out that you look for people who are experienced dancers, if you can. They're probably going to look for you, actually, and say they like to dance. So those are my 2 pieces of advice, and go ahead and ask someone to dance the very first Contra. Thanks.
be back. It was nice meeting you. Thank you so much. And we're back.
We are back.
Back at Kate's apartment after Contra Dancing. Kate, what did you think?
The sweat has dried.
Yeah, we got a little sweaty in there, a little toasty.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely very different than other partner dance socials.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the vibe. I felt very welcomed. And the music was very laid back.
Yeah, the music was extra chill tonight.
Mm-hmm. Extra chill. We met some really cool characters. I got some of the movements really quickly. Other times I was totally lost, and I felt like that was fine.
Yeah, that's something that can happen. Like you get the tutorial at the beginning, but when you're really new, not a lot of it's like making sense. I sort of feel like it's kind of like when you're getting a board game explained to you and you're like, none of this is making sense. And the person will just be like, you'll get it. We'll just start playing and you'll get it as we get it. And that's like 100% what Contra is. Like you just have to like start doing it.
Totally.
That's like the beginner drop-in lesson that we did is just 15 minutes. Because there's like not a lot of Contra dancing that you can teach.
Right.
In general. Like you just have to do it.
Right. Totally.
Like you can be introduced to how it works, but it's not like, okay, and now we're going to teach you the specific figure because like you just have to do it.
You just have to do it and feel it in your body. There was one dance where none of it never made sense.
Yeah.
Me and my partner were just like, I think he was a little bit new. I was brand new, and it was just like hilarious. Everybody was like, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. And I kept being paired. We kept getting in the wrong spot. And then I was suddenly dancing with another lark.
Oh.
Even though that wasn't part of the pattern. And I was like, we're confused. We're so confused.
I think that it can be really fun getting confused too, because I don't know, you end up in the wrong spot. Like it's just hilarious. Like you're trying to figure out where to go and like you get so flustered and you're like, I don't know what's in, you're like moving around. You're like, what's going on? But then it'll be kind of magical where you like get to it where you figure it out again and it'll get better.
We had a moment like that where we were like, and then all of a sudden we were like,
there it is. We got it. We got it. That one was good.
The star. When we got to the star, we knew we had done it.
We couldn't figure out this one promenade, but it eventually clicked in because it went for the promenade into the star left. But it's really cool. There's this saying for Contra when in moments like that where things get kind of messed up and you don't really know what's going on, and it's better never than late. Just pretty funny because it's like it's better to just move on to the next thing.
Keep going.
Just be confused and like whatever, and then just go on to the next move that'll work. Because if you do it late, you're just gonna throw off the whole rest of the pattern and like everybody else. You need to just keep going with what's going on.
I think that reminds me that I think my favorite moment, aside from the swings where you're like in a close embrace and like swinging around with somebody, was sitting on the sidelines between dances and watching the whole room like flow in unison. It's very beautiful.
It is really beautiful. It's like watching a really big wave or something like that. You see all these things happening at the same moment in the same patterns. I love watching to see people do flourishes and stuff like that too. Those extra cool little movements that people are doing is like really fun. I really love seeing all the different ways people swing. Especially you'll see like some really intimate swings out there. It's like people that are being like cute with their sweetie and they'll do like a head connection and stuff like that. That will be like really, really sweet. And I really enjoy watching Contra for that,
it was. And I also experienced how flirty the dance is because of all that eye contact.
Yes, that was something I didn't warn you about beforehand.
But I
kind of wish I had taught. I think they mentioned it in the beginner lesson.
They did, yeah.
That eye contact, like some people will say that the basic step to, like there's no basic step, but the basic to Contra is eye contact because it's such an important part about what you're doing.
Yes.
It was really
so fascinating. It was very interesting because some people I was like instantly comfortable doing that with, and maybe I wouldn't have expected I would have been comfortable. And then other people I was like, nope. Or like together our energy was just like, nope. But I like that that's a focus because it is a really deep way to connect when you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
Like for me, it was very grounding. I was like, okay, well, at least we're looking at each other right
you're
now.
Like really locked in with the person and stuff like that. And it's interesting how you can be dancing with someone for literally just like maybe 15 seconds as you interact with them in this line, but you can deeply connect with them because you've actually like made eye contact as you like touched hands and walked around each other. And then you move on to the next partner and you can like have a deep connection all over again in this brief amount of time because you're actually connecting with the person and you don't have to think too much about what's going on in your own body. It's not like, am I triple stepping right? Is my frame good? Is my technique whatever? Because like there's not a lot of that in Contra. You can just hold somebody's hand and walk around in a circle as you look deeply into their eyes.
How refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I'd like to go back.
Amazing. I love that for you. And the Contra Dance is really into dancing with beginners and fostering beginners and bringing in beginners, and that, you know, when they know that it's your first time at a dance, they really want to make sure you like have a good time. And people who are older and like the elders of the dance really work to support the new people coming in, which is really beautiful. I danced with some guy that was an elder. He told me that he'd been dancing Contra for 51 years. And he told me, he's like, I'm at the age now where they tell you if you see something wrong, you're supposed to point it out.
Wait, what does that mean?
Meaning like, if things could be, if there's something that he knows where something could be easier or something like that, he's supposed to be like,
he's an elder now.
Like he's supposed to, oh, the music's hard to hear. Tell the sound guy, or like, this figure isn't working. Tell the caller it needs to be like this, or like this dance is a Beckett dance or whatever, and we need to fix it or something. So,
oh wait, do you know what a Beckett dance is?
Okay,
I heard that word and it was all too confusing.
It's really confusing. I am pretty sure that a Beckett dance is. Please, Contra people, if there's anything in this that we are getting wrong, like
let
email
us know.
Comment on YouTube, email degenderdance@gmail.com. Let us know. But I am pretty sure. Well, first of all, Beckett's like one of those weird vocabulary words that it's like, is this a cult? Like, why do you all know what that word means?
Right.
Like, what is this?
And when are you going to tell us?
Right. And there's some Contra dances where they'll announce that it's a bucket dance or Beckett dance, and half the room will cluck like a chicken or crawl like it. They'll be like, and this is a bucket dance, and half the room is like, Buka! And you're like, what is going on? So I don't know what the clucky like a chicken is.
Hit us up.
But what it means is that normally when you start a dance, you are on opposite sides of like there's two lines, right?
Yeah.
And for a normal dance, there's probably another name for normal dance, but from what I know is a normal dance, you're on one side and your partner's on the other side. And a Beckett dance is you and your partner start on the same side. So they'll be like, it's a Beckett dance, and then everybody like reshuffles to a different side and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So much to learn.
There's a lot of little, like in any dance, there's a lot of like weird little code words that you know, the jargon about the dance that you need to learn, and Beckett's one of those. Oh yeah, and there was like, what was it, the Bouzouki?
The
we
Bouzouki.
did figure out what a Bouzouki was, and it was a big mandolin that was being played.
It was like a mandolin with a long ass neck, and I've seen one before. Now that we looked at it, sounded great.
What'd you think about the music?
Oh, I loved the music. I have to say, it was a little less raucous.
It was a really chill band
than I was expecting. I was expecting a little more like whooping and hollering, and like
there was a little whooping.
There was a little bit.
There was a little bit of that, and
I was like, okay,
there'll be more in other Contra dances that I've heard. That this one was kind of chill, and this band also played some covers. Did you see they played Billie Jean?
Was that what that was?
They were playing Billie Jean. It was Michael Jackson.
Was it Billie Jean or was it Annie? Are you okay?
Oh, it was Annie. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Being the person that I am, of course, I was like, is that Alien Ant Farm? And then I was like, no,
it's a Michael Jackson.
It's a Michael Jackson. Millennial tings.
That's so funny.
But yeah, they were doing some covers, and I thought they sounded really, really nice. And it was very akin to some of the music I've been listening to as I get more in touch with roots. And so, yeah, there was a moment when I was sitting on the sidelines. It was like the last Contra that we did before the waltz, where I was like almost moved to tears by just like being in a new community, being in a community where there's like all kinds of people, and I didn't feel like a sore thumb in any way. Yeah. It was really nice.
I love that for you. I'm really glad you had that moment. And yeah, Contra is a place, like you said it a little earlier when we were in the car ride home, of like, it's a place where you can fly your freak flag.
Yes.
And, you know, there's people in like furry ears.
Yes.
people of all genders wearing skirts.
Yeah, and some like regular normies in there too.
Yeah.
Like there's a big range, and I feel like I rolled in with my t-shirt and my wool skirt, and I was just
Yeah, you're totally. And I danced with a guy that was in a kilt and a tie with a tie clip and a pocket protector. And
oh,
he had a little pocket protector on and stuff like that. It was great.
yeah, there was a lot of just like people expressing themselves authentically and not trying to be anything that they weren't.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated. And like I said too, like not every community is perfect, but I think they're doing a pretty good job of making a welcoming space. Yeah. Well, we'll have to do that again sometime.
Yeah, I definitely have to go more contra dancing. I'm also really excited to try more dance forms and to go do as many as possible to see what else we can try. So if there's anywhere else you want to see us go dancing, any other dance forms you'd like to see us try,
I feel like the next natural step might be some line dancing.
Oh, some line dancing would be really good.
I know a place.
Do some queer two-step.
We have to go do that.
Okay, all right. Line dancing is next. I'm all about that. That sounds really good. Okay, well, I think that's it for our Contra Dance adventure.
Thank you for taking me, Lou.
It's been so good. Thanks for giving Contra a chance.
Loved it. And to all of you out there, thank you so much for tuning in as usual. If you want to leave us a review, we now have our podcast on YouTube.
Yes, Degender Dance is on YouTube. Just go ahead and search Degender Dance on YouTube and we will show up. All of our podcasts are on there and we're going to be putting some other fancy content on there.
Absolutely.
So leave a comment.
Leave a comment. As usual, you can also email us if you have ideas for where we should go dance next, guest ideas, or just any kind of feedback you want to leave us.
Absolutely. And that's it for us today. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. See you next time.
Rock step, cha-cha-cha. Rock step, cha-cha-cha. Rock step, triple step. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, jazz hands.